Hello guys, it's me Robyn. Welcome back to Cats Out the Bag, where we're going to be leveling up together. I'm going to be talking to you guys all about self-growth, everything you want to know, everything everyone wants to know, basically giving you all the goss and talking your way through whatever. So I'm basically going to be talking about literally anything in all of these podcasts. So this is obviously the 5th week, which is really exciting. So that's kind of crazy. 5th episode. Happy 5th episode, guys. We weren't going for a whole 5 episodes. Woo woo. But yeah, obviously this is crazy. I'm back into it. I know I've been back into it for a while now. Still feels weird to me because I'm used to posting every day on my YouTube, and then suddenly over here I'm like only posting once a week. It is strange. I'm not used to it. But obviously, let's get into this. So I've posted motivation. I've done all the motivation talk. I've done loads of things like 3 videos on motivation, 1 on confidence, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about why creatine is an essential part of your diet. What is creatine, benefits, dosage, side effects, all of that good stuff. This video is not going to be for everyone, but for people who are focused on gym, all of that good stuff, then you guys are gonna want to see this video. If you're not already taking creatine, or if you are taking it and you don't know why, then definitely watch this video. So let's just get into this because I don't like my videos to be too long over here. I do like a quick little podcast. I love a half an hour, 20-minute video, as I feel like they're the best on YouTube anyway. And this is mainly a YouTube platform. Obviously it's available on Spotify and all of that good stuff if you prefer listening over there. I personally prefer watching on YouTube, so that's what I aim for. But anyway, let's get into this. So creatine is considered to be one of the most effective supplements available. By the way, I've written notes over on my computer if I keep looking over. So obviously there are a lot of benefits which have been scientifically proven, which I will talk to you about. And basically, what is creatine and how can it help you in your day-to-day life and reaching your fitness goals? So if you are looking to pack muscle mass, like gain muscle, hit personal bests, get your highest weights, run faster, recover quicker, or just it also improves like short-term memory, everything. If you're looking for any of that, creatine is definitely something to consider because, well, if you want all those things, which I'm sure a lot of people do. So let's just keep watching this video. So creatine is naturally occurring, similar to an amino acid, similar structure, and it's found in foods like fish, pork, beef, and is produced by the body in the liver, kidneys and pancreas. So around 95% of your creatine is stored in skeletal muscle, and an average male will store around 120 grams. But by also adding creatine into your diet separately, like what I'm doing and what I'm going to be talking about in this video, it's possible for an average male of around 70 kg to store 160 grams. So your muscle breaks down 1 to 2% of all creatine stores every single day. So in order to replace this broken down creatine, you can get it from dietary resources such as fish, or you can buy yourself some creatine, which I think is the easier way because the amount of fish you would have to eat to get that amount of creatine, let me just talk you through it. Crazy large amounts are needed to get the meaningful and actually like notice a progression of creatine. So 450 grams of uncooked beef provides 1 gram of creatine. 450 grams. That's expensive. I mean, I personally take 5 grams a day. I can't even work out the maths, but I'd be eating a lot of uncooked beef. Like, no thank you. So obviously supplementing creatine is an inexpensive and efficient way to increase the availability of creatine. And now on to why you need it. What does it do? How does it work? So during explosive exercise, like a quick sprint or heavy weight squats, your body uses creatine to make ATP for energy. So your ability to perform at a high intensity is reliant on your muscles having this supply of ATP. So obviously you need the creatine to be able to then perform higher for your body to use it to form ATP, and that's what it will use for energy. So the people who you see eating loads of raw beef and stuff, generally they're going to have more energy. So your ability to perform at this high intensity is reliant on your muscles having the supply for the ATP. So you need to be able to supply your body with enough creatine to make this effective, and basically enables you to perform at a high intensity for longer. So during these explosive movements, I don't know, weightlifting, whatever, I don't know how you guys train, I do weight training. If you're sprinting on the treadmill or whatever you're doing, obviously you're going to need the creatine to fuel that. So by supplementing with creatine, this increases the quality of work over a long period of time and will lead to greater training adaptations in a long, like, not straight away, like this doesn't work overnight, it's not an overnight magic, but it does increase muscle mass, greater strength, faster sprint times, all of that. I hope this is making sense. I've tried to break it down into the most simple way that I could to explain this. If this isn't making sense, do ask me any questions you have in the comments, because I'm more than happy to answer any of them. I'm just going off my notes basically in a way that I think is easy to explain. So now on to who is creatine for. I'm sure you're wondering, like, do I actually need this? Do I want to build muscle mass? Like, when my boyfriend first spoke to me about taking creatine, I was like, I don't want huge muscles. Like, no thanks, I don't want all that. Let's get into this. So creatine will help anyone looking to build any sort of muscle mass or increase their strength. So due to the positive effect that creatine can have on high intensity exercises, it's basically useful for anyone to have and can be useful in so many different sporting examples. Say you're a footballer, increases the speed you run. Like, I'm sorry, even if you're not trying to build loads of muscle, it does increase muscle mass, but isn't that a good thing? I'm sorry, who doesn't want to be a bit stronger? But yeah, so with the explosive movements in sports and like the explosive sports that are more like, I don't know, like rugby, that has explosive moments in it. Maybe not like golf, but it allows for a quick recovery time as well. So if you've been training for a long time, you will know obviously how annoying it can be to be in a plateau. Like sometimes you just plateau and you don't feel yourself getting any stronger. And if you're not, like, if you're putting in all the work and you don't actually feel like you're getting anything from it, that is the most annoying thing. So like if your squat is stuck at a certain weight and you're not experiencing any muscle growth, a creatine supplement will give you that extra edge to push yourself further and basically surpass the sticky point. I mean, honestly, I find that, I mean, who doesn't want a muscle growth? I'm sorry, but you know, and obviously it can be found in meat and fish, and vegetarians will not be able to get much creatine. So I'm just saying, if you're a vegetarian as well, seriously think about this, because it's not just for muscle growth, but it's also just so healthy to have in your diet. So I'm going to talk to you about the creatine benefits and effects now, so you get a bit of a grip to like what it is and stuff. I feel like this is the easiest bit of information. Also, just a quick cut in, please do subscribe to the podcast. It would mean the world to me. If you're listening on Spotify, give it a 5-star rating and a like and a follow or whatever you do on Spotify. And if you're watching on YouTube, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, as we're super close to 500. We might have even passed 500 by now, but I'm aiming to get 1,000 by the end of the year, so that would be amazing. So, creatine for muscle gain. So, when combined with resistance training, creatine repeatedly shows to increase muscle mass. So, people who do have creatine in their, not I say diet, people who supplement with creatine grow 2 times the muscle mass as the people who don't. And what really upsets me is that for like many years of going to the gym, I did not use creatine. That is really upsetting, because your girl could be strong right now. I've been properly using creatine for 9 weeks now, 9 weeks. So obviously you're probably wondering, how can a little bit of powder have that much of a difference to me? So science has proven that the gains in the muscle mass are actually due to an increased ability to perform for longer, higher amounts, higher weights, all of that. It's giving you the ability to use higher weights that you may not have been able to use if you were not using creatine. By having this creatine storage, it enables you to push out extra reps. Rather than just doing 8, you're doing 12, you're doing 10, whatever, and improves the recovery in between sets, so you're not waiting around for as long. So basically you're pushing higher weights and not waiting for as long. So obviously you won't notice this difference straight away, but over time you'll see. oh wait, I don't feel the need to wait for as long in between sets, and you'll find yourself maybe using different machines and swapping backwards and forwards rather than waiting for a minute in between. So this will obviously amount to more muscle gain because you're doing it way more frequently, and you're probably spending less time in the gym and probably thinking, wow, I feel like I've not spent as much time, but you're doing double what you would normally be doing, which is so important. So creatine also draws water into the muscles, causing them to swell. So this swelling, I'm going to put this as simply as I can, this swelling is a signal to the body that will trigger muscle protein synthesis, which allows your body to build muscle. So those looking to build big shoulders, chests, arms, all of that, creatine's very, very beneficial for that because you're drawing in the water and growing the muscle. So it is also shown, I know there might be a few girls watching this who aim for lower body. Creatine is proven to build more upper body than lower body. That's just how it works. Just, I guess, I mean, I don't know the science behind all that, but just a heads up, it is known more to build upper body. So if you're mainly looking for lower body and you don't want a bigger upper body, maybe not for you. I wouldn't rule it out though. So creatine also helps to replenish glycogen stores. So during resistance training, your muscles' glycogen stores can be depleted by 40%, well, anything up to 40%, depending on the duration of your session. So the ability to restore this glycogen is important as you'll recover faster. It will allow you to return to training at the same intensity sooner. So what I mean by this is I go to the gym 6 times a week and I do a 3-day split. So I do push, pull, legs. So push, pull, legs, rest. So push, I'm doing chest, shoulders, triceps. I may talk more about this in future. Pull, I do back, traps and biceps, and on leg day I obviously do legs and glutes. And so obviously I'm doing this twice a week. If I wasn't taking creatine, my glycogen stores wouldn't recover as quickly, meaning I couldn't come back to exercise at the same intensity as quickly because my muscles would be too tired and they wouldn't have recovered fast enough to go back to it. And I have noticed that difference. That is something I can really say that I have noticed, because I used to go gym 3 times a week and now I can go 6 times a week because I don't feel too fatigued after, which is amazing. So it also provides energy to the brain. I'm sorry, who doesn't want some more energy in their brain? That is such an important thing. Great for work ethic. You're just leveling yourself up and more able to do complex mental tasks where your brain requires more energy. Creatine can help improve performance, which is super exciting. So whether it's remembering things or whatever it is, I think that is just such an important thing because you're basically leveling up your brain. I'm sorry. Who doesn't want to level up their body and their brain? You'd think this was an ad for creatine, wouldn't you? But honestly, I'm just talking to you about the benefits, and I'm sorry, but I don't know why you wouldn't take it. So now I'm going to talk about when to take it, dosage, all of that. So a great time to take it would be after the workouts. It's obviously muscle building, and also the best way to get it in is to ingest it with protein. So this I will get into a bit more, but I take my protein powder at the same time as my creatine. I put my creatine in with my protein powder, mix it together with some water, and that's how I drink it. So combining like protein, carbs, and creatine into a post-workout shake is the best strategy for recovery basically. But I don't take it with carbs because I'm trying to cut down on my carbs for like slimming purposes. But yeah, so obviously the fastest way to increase creatine is obviously by a loading phase. So this would be taking 5 grams of creatine monohydrate 4 times a day for 5 to 7 days, because the faster you raise your creatine levels, the quicker you'll see performance. And personally, what I do is 3 grams a day. You can choose how much you do. For like larger people, I would say maybe more like 5+ grams. But so I take mine for 8 weeks and then take a rest week. It will say on yours what it suggests you do. My one specifically is 8 weeks on, 1 week off. 8 weeks on, 1 week off. So yeah, really cool. So I'm going to talk about side effects. Currently, the only reported side effect is weight gain. I mean, that's not an ideal one, is it? It's not ideal. And yeah, that has probably been something I've experienced. But then again, after a while, your body gets used to it and you're performing better. So you're losing weight and you're gaining muscle. I don't really care about how much I weigh. I could weigh whatever. I do not care. As long as I look good, I don't care. So that doesn't bother me too much because if I'm gaining muscle, I'm gaining muscle. Who actually cares if I weigh a bit more? Who's ever going to know how much I weigh? No one. The doctors, that's it. So yeah, there's been no like long term health risks following with using creatine every day because obviously this is the kind of thing that like think back to like Vikings when all they would eat is fish. Like they would be getting crazy amounts of creatine and look how big they were. Like I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it, like go for it, just go for it. Um so obviously, just a little roundup from this little video. So creatine can help with literally every goal you will have in the gym, whether it's running, lifting weights, making a PB, whatever it is, from increasing strength from a wide range of exercises to boosting recovery, creatine is the way to go. I'm just saying, I know this sounds like I'm reading it off of an ad, but I've written all this out. So it also helps with any sports that require explosive movements and fast recovery between sprints. So I don't know, say you don't go to the gym, but you do sprints and you compete in, I don't know, relays. There's an example. These are explosive movements and something that creatine will help with. So another thing, obviously, vegetarians may see the biggest benefits as they will have lower levels of creatine stored due to the absence of fish and meat in their diet. This is kind of similar to me, not that I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not the biggest fan of meat and fish. Like I eat it occasionally, it's not my favourite food. So when I first started taking creatine, I was like, okay, this is great, like I love this. And so obviously very few side effects. I mean, I don't know if that's a big deal to you guys, weight gain, but I know personally some people who are looking to build muscle also want to gain weight, but I honestly think it's the perfect supplement if you're looking to maximize muscle strength, performance, and very cheaply. So I've just gone onto My Protein's website and I have found creatine monohydrate powder for £15.99. That's for 250 grams, and if you're taking 3 a day or 5 a day, it depends on how much you're taking. So if you're taking 3 grams a day, then this is 83 servings, which is really cool for 250 grams. And then obviously you can buy the 1 kg one, which does work out cheaper. It's £44, but obviously it does work out cheaper. And it has 333 servings in it, but obviously everything works out cheaper when you buy it like that. But yeah, My Protein's a good one because you can get loads of money off, like they always have sales and everything. My one's actually from NXT Nutrition, and I can't remember what it's called, I'm really sorry. But yeah, really good. I mean, all creatines are fairly similar. I do a little bit of research. You can get chewable creatine as well, but I would say powder's better because you can mix it with protein as well, or whatever you mix it with. And then I would recommend getting a protein shaker because then you can mix them up together with water, because otherwise it will sit at the bottom and be all weird. But anyway, that is the end of my episode on creatine. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And look out for next week's episode. Happy Wednesday, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for listening or watching. Adios.